Thank you very much. You may sit down. Geachte meneer Immelman, meneer en mevrou Nel, meneer van Skalkwyk, lede van die beheerliggaam, borge, spesiale gaste, uitvoeries, pryswenners, matrikulante en ouers, baie welkom in Voortrekker. Baie hartlik welkom by hierdie funksie van 2023. The senior prize giving ceremony at Voortrekker High School has always been a proud and classy affair, one of the highlights of the matric year. Thank you to every learner in matric that are getting rewards today for going the extra mile. Dankie ook aan elke onderwyser vir ure se harde werk wat in elke leerder ingegaan het. En ons kan nou die vrugte van 5 jaar se harde werk pluk. To the class of 2023, may God bless you. On your path forward, may you reap the rewards of the education that we gave you. Dames en here, geniet die oggend saam met ons en wees saam met ons trots op elke leerder wat 'n prys ontvang. Kom ons staan en dan sing ons volkslied. Thank you. You may sit down. Our head girl, Sipasiso Pili, and head boy, Simanjalo Ndlovu, will open now with scripture and prayer.
Good morning to Mr. Immerman, management, staff, parents, and my fellow furries. My reading will come from Proverbs 9, verse 9 to 11. Teach the wise, and they will become wiser. Instruct those who live right, and they will gain more knowledge. Wisdom begins with fear and respect for the Lord. Knowledge of the Holy One leads to understanding. Wisdom will help you live longer. She will add years to your life.
May I please ask that the men please stand? May we bow our heads and pray. Heavenly Father, we humble ourselves before your holy throne this morning. As today is such an important day in the school's history, we ask that you be with everyone here and cover us by the shadow of your almighty wing, Lord. Be with us and bless this ceremony, and bless all the special guests that are here today. This we all ask humbly in your precious name. Amen.
Thank you very much. Just a little bit of information about our guest speaker today. Jan Andries Nel was born on 25 April 1954 in the Newcastle district on a farm. He's the oldest of 4 and the only boy. He went to Newcastle High School, where he was head boy of the school. He was also head boy of the hostel. He was also captain of the first rugby team. All the attributes the ladies like. After school, he was trained at Durban Teachers Training College and also earned a BA degree at UNISA. Mr. Nel started his career, listen carefully, at Voortrekker High School in 1978. In 1982, he married Lucia and they had 2 children, Izandi and Christoph, also Oudtshoorns, and they also married Oudtshoorns. Today, they are the proud grandparents of 4 grandchildren. In 1987, he became head of department in Voortrekker High School. In 1997, he was promoted to deputy principal of Voortrekker High School and ultimately became the principal of this proud institution in 2006 until 2017. Mr. Nel has always been a passionate sportsman. He still is. He played rugby for Northern Natal schools, under 20 for Natal under 20 and for Peter Maritzburg Police Club. He coached Voortrekker High School first team from 1983 to 2005. He was the coach for Natal Schools Academy side from 1995 and 1996. He was assistant coach for the Natal Schools under 19 from under 18, for 1997 to 2000, and he was the head coach for the Natal Schools under 18 side from 2001 to 2003. He spent 40 years at Voortrekker High School, which he describes as the best times of his life. He loved his subject. It is those days we called it Technische Tekeninge, or TT, GRDS today, and had a wonderful relationship with learners as well as teachers. His nickname, I don't know if it still is, but was Wors. If you don't know what it is, that is something we used to braai on a Friday on the corridors of Voortrekker High School. He always had the respect of learners, teachers, and his governing body. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Jan Nel.
Geachte mevrou Schreder, die programleier, meneer Immelman, skoolhoof, huidige en voormalige lede van die beheerliggaam, oudvoorries, genooide gaste, matrikulante en leerders. Dit is vir my 'n groot voorreg om die matriekklas van 2023 toe te spreek. En as oud onderwyser verstaan ek die deurslaggewende rol wat onderwys speel in die vorming van ons personeel, van ons persoonlikhede en die bereiking van sukses. Matrieks, jy probeer jouself nou balanseer tussen skoolverlater en nuwe lid van die grootmenswêreld. Dit is 'n vreemde plek om te wees. Dit is amper soos 'n Sharks ondersteuner op loftes as die bulle en die stormers te mekaar speel. Jy's opgewonde om daar te wees, maar jy weet nie werklik waar jy inpas nie. 12 jaar lank het jy gewerk en gespeel. Jy het begin as 'n bang 7-jarige met jou eerste stel tande. Kyk mooi na die tweede stel, want die derde stel is duur. Jy het gevorder in die skoolstelsel, die trappe geklim, en voor jy jou oë kon uitvee was jy 'n matriek. Jy was sorgvry en die wêreld was aan jou voete, want jy het in die oomblik geleef. Jy het gekies om te leef en alles in te neem, die goed en die sleg, die oorwinnings en die nederlaag. Maar die belangrikste van alles, jy het dit oorleef, en jy kan die groot menswêreld jou eie maak, as jy bereid is om nooit jou passie vir die lewe te verloor nie. After the school bell rings for 2023, what then? For 12 years or more, school has been your world. You've been cocooned in its safe embrace, locked in a bubble of certainty and security. But now the world of adulthood and responsibility is looming large. And you'll soon have to leave your comfort zone and start mapping your own path through life. Some of you will already be fairly confident about the path you want to follow. You may have started applying at universities and colleges and have a clear idea of your future career. Others may not have the foggiest idea, and the pressure to make a decision that will affect the rest of your life is weighing you down like a ton of bricks. But be that as it may, let's look at the facts of the past 27 years. When we look at slide 1, you see a gradual increase in the pass rate from 1995. From a mere 47.4% in 1997 to 81.3% in 2019 and 2020. In slide 2, we see the comparison between enrolled learners and learners achieving. The blue line is the total number of learners enrolled for a specific year. The orange line is the pass rate, and there's also a table with numbers. Slide 3 shows us, the red line shows us the National Senior Certificate Achievers, where we see an increase of an average of 2.3% per year. The green line shows the candidates achieving a bachelor's pass, an increase of 4.3%. What do we learn from these slides? The following slide, the blue line shows the increase of enrolled learners to write grade 12 National Senior Certificate from 489,941 in the year 2000 to 897,163 in 2022. The orange line shows the increase of learners achieving the National Senior Certificate requirements, increasing from year 2000 to 2022. The bachelor level pass rate increased from 56,000 in 2000 to 278,000 in 2022, as shown by the red line. The estimated number of spaces available for first-time entrants across public universities in 2023 will be 196,000. According to the University of South Africa Chief Executive, Dr. Petiwe Matutu, this means almost 90,000 learners achieving a bachelor this year will not get a place in a university. The real and harsh fact is that a matric certificate does not adequately equip you for the 21st century. because 1 in 3 of all South Africans is currently unemployed. And the country's youth unemployment, that is the age 15 to 34 years, is now the highest in the world. This is according to a list of 82 countries monitored by the financial publication Bloomberg. The following slide shows the graduate unemployment, the increase in unemployment from 5.5% in the first quarter of 2013 to 10.6% in the first quarter of 2023 for graduate persons. There are currently 800,000 unemployed graduates in South Africa. Lauren Graham and Ariana Delaney, senior researchers at the University of Johannesburg and the University of Cape Town, respectively, in their 2016 research paper titled Youth Unemployment, What Can We Do in the Short Run?, cite that youth unemployment in South Africa has been caused by structural changes in the economy, the evolving nature of the labor market, and mismatches within the education system. Over the years, the economy changed from being labor intensive to being technologically driven. As a result, the structural unemployment caused by technological advancement has transformed many industries. The banking industry is a good example. Banks have now replaced human labor, such as bank tellers, with digital banking and self-service machines like ATMs. The change from labor-intensive to technologically driven economy has caused a high demand for skilled workers. But there's a cohort of young people who are unskilled and lack work experience. To fully understand skilled labor, it's important to know what unskilled labor is and how it differs. The main difference between these two types of work is the fact that skilled labor required specialized training, whereas unskilled labor does not. A skilled worker may have learned their skills on a work experience, on-the-job training, an apprenticeship program, or formal education. According to Career Junction, the job sectors in South Africa hit hardest by skill shortages are the information technology, finance sector, medical and health, marketing, design, media and art, business management, and engineering. Your journey might seem tough right now with the facts that I've just given, and the future uncertain. But although things are different, you must continue to work towards realizing your dreams. And this includes weighing your options carefully before deciding on the best course of action for you in 2024 and beyond. Fortunately, there are options available for you. There is no law that states thou shalt go to university to be successful in life. The main thing right now is to start considering the options and assess which would suit you best. Your entire life stretches out before you, and you are now the sole captain of your own ship. Are you ready to become a working member of society? Here are a few tips that you can take with you. Firstly, improve your skills. Because you have not been working, your skills will be underdeveloped, which won't help you get a job. You need to be encouraged to enroll and study at a tertiary institution, like a technical and vocational education and training college, or TVET, or the system of sector and training authorities, the SETA, that equip learners with practical skills in the labour market. Continuous TVET and SETA training is characterized by its diversity, which ranges from centre-based to enterprise-based, formal and non-formal, short and long-term, part-time and full-time. It includes both soft and hard skills. Doing various short courses in your field can help you learn about what's new and develop your skills. Distance learning courses are perfect because they can be done while you job hunt. But that's not all. You have the option between accredited or provider programs. While you will benefit from higher employability, career progression and increased wages, enterprises and industry benefit directly from a more adaptable and trained workforce. Secondly, turn hobbies into opportunities. Despite various government initiatives to embrace entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial activity in South Africa is still low. For example, the percentage of young people who are entrepreneurs remains low at 6% of the total youth population. Is there something that you are really good at? Or perhaps you just enjoy doing in your free time? Why not turn it into a career? Hobbies such as doing nails, playing with kids, taking photos, can all be turned into career opportunities. In fact, they can be turned into business. Volunteer. Not having enough experience could be the reason why you aren't receiving feedback. Volunteering can give you both the experience you need and the opportunity to gain new skills. But that's not all. Volunteering is also a great way for you to start networking and build up contacts in your field. You can find places to volunteer using social media platforms such as Facebook, what's it called now, X, and Google. Whether you're looking to improve your social media skills and volunteer to help a charity with social posts, or want to improve your leadership skills, there are a variety of opportunities out there. Volunteering is an effective and hands-on method that can also be used to improve potential job offers in the future. Do your research. It's not enough to just send your CV out to apply for jobs. You should do some homework on the company you are applying to. This will give you the information you need to tailor your CV to the specific company and the position. You want your CV to make the perfect first impression. Your CV is your best tool to get a job. Having it updated will be a great advantage. Ensure that your skills are updated regularly. Another good tip would be to ensure that your CV is in the correct format for the job you're applying for. Sign up for networking groups. Rubbing shoulders with people in your industry can help you get your foot in the door. Joining network groups is much easier than before. You can look for groups on social media and take it from there. Job agencies can help you job hunt. This means that instead of you looking for a job, they do it for you. Most important, focus on the following characteristics. Take initiative. Initiative is all about taking charge. It's having the motivation to accomplish tasks on your own. If you want to be great at what you do and be considered for employment, you need to show that you are ready, able, and willing to get things done without being asked. Positive attitude. Many employers believe that having a positive attitude is more important than the knowledge an employee brings to the table. A positive attitude is infectious. It spreads to all others in the workplace. Also, if you're a positive person, you tend to be more curious about things. As a result, your job performance is usually better than a negative person because you are always looking for new ideas that yield higher productivity levels. Be a team player. Team players are more productive and tend to be more loyal and committed to the organization when they see themselves as an integral part of a team. Team players show a willingness to collaborate with others, to execute work, assignments, and accomplish goals. Be dependable and responsible. Being dependable means that you do what you say you will do. Employers value employees who come to work on time and take responsibility for their actions and behaviors. From now on, you have total responsibility for what you do and how you respond to the fact that life is hard. My message to you, young people, you can succeed despite difficult circumstances, poor backgrounds, humble beginnings. Through sheer hard work, commitment, and determination, nothing can prevent you from achieving your full potential and your dreams. Visualize your dreams and be willing to put in time, energy, and sacrifices to realize your goals. Do not be distracted by unwanted interferences from focusing on the important task of becoming successful in life. Live each day like it's your last day. A saying we have all heard before, but few of us have actually given it any thought. Living each day like it's your last day forces you to think about your priorities. It forces you to quit the things that waste your time and energy and to concentrate on the most important things and people in your life. If you live that way, you make better choices. You treasure each moment and suck the life out of every hour. It removes the clutter and garbage that so often chokes our lives. Albert Einstein said, "Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow, but the most important is to never stop questioning." I wish you all well in your future careers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nell. Our Deputy Head Girls, Anzel de Jager and Nkule Nomganga, will thank Mr. Nell for his inspirational message and Mrs. Nell for visiting us today.
Ladies and gentlemen, dames en here. Ek het die voorreg om meneer Nell te bedank vir sy inspirerende boodskap vanoggend. Mr. Nell, I'm sure that I speak on behalf of everyone here this morning when I say thank you. Dankie vir alles wat meneer vir die skool gedoen en opgeoffer het. Mr. Nell, your commitment and dedication to Voortrekker High has left deep tracks and a legacy you can be proud of. It is symbolic of all the other teachers and learners that have stepped out before us at Voortrekker. Ons stap 'n nuwe hoofstuk in met die wete en versekering dat ons geskiedenis die fondasie gelê het waarop die toekomstige leerders en onderwysers veilig kan voortbou. Kan ons hande as huldeblyk en dank aan meneer Nell bymekaar sit? Let us put our hands together for Mr. Nell.
Ask Ms. van der Walt to come forward, please. And she will be assisted by Mr. Immelman to present a special token of appreciation to Mr. Nell for his address and for being part of the school for such a long time. After this, Mr. Immelman will do his speech.
Good morning, everybody. So, as you all know, last year we started the tradition where our matriculants receive their old boys and old girls tie. And when the decision was first made, it was a right reserved for a person who matriculated from the school. However, when you make rules, you have to make rules very carefully. And when one serves a school for 40 years, I think one is entitled to be called an old boy in an honorary capacity. So, dis vandag vir ons 'n groot voorreg om ons oud voor die das amptelik aan u te oorhandig as 'n huldeblyk vir u waardevolle bydrae tot ons skool. En wat dit mees spesiaal gaan maak is dat die eerste persoon wat hierdie toekenning ontvang het, dit vanoggend aan u gaan oorhandig. Ladies and gentlemen, the old boy's tie goes to Mr. Nell. Can we congratulate him? Meneer van Skalkwyk, meneer en mevrou Nell, meneer van Tonder, meneer en mevrou Houman, mevrou De Bruin, members of the Voortrekker governing body, lede van die Gert Marits beheerliggaam, invited guests, staff, oudvoeries, class of 2023. I'm extremely nervous. I need to start this morning by thanking a very special person. Before I do this, I preface my speech is always the most obligatory, the least interesting, but the one that has to be done. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me for a little while this morning. I need to start this morning by thanking a very special person. Mr. Andre van Skalkwyk het homself aan die begin van die jaar beskikbaar gestel om te dien as voorsitter van ons beheerliggaam. As hy toegeweet het wat hy nou weet, is ek seker sou hy die hasepad gekies het. Maar in hierdie bedrywige en geskiedkundige jaar het hy homself keer op keer laat betrek en ons gedien met sy kenmerklike nederigheid en sy aandag aan detail. Aan my het hy die geduld van Job getoon, al is ek seker ek hom partykeer binne in rasend gehad het. He also undertook the arduous task of ensuring that the final chapter of our merger got written. His detailed submission, patiently crafted documents, and diplomatic emails paved the way to make the impossible possible. I must also mention and thank Mr. Van Tonder, Mrs. De Bruin, Mevrou Cronje, and the other members of the campus exco. Mr. De Jager keeps the purse strings tight, and Mrs. Mia has gone way beyond the call of duty in terms of parent support. To those people specific, but also to our governing body and to the campus committee and to all of those who help us lead, a very special thank you. Meneer Nel, baie dankie dat u vandag saam met Lucia tyd geneem het om by ons te kom wees. Ek wil u ook bedank vir u bydrae tot hierdie skool. You heard earlier that Mr. Nel became a member of staff in 1978, and so for the record, I was in class 1, as we call it then. He left very big shoes to fill. On my first morning here in 2018, I sat in the chair that had been his, and my feet didn't touch the ground. And they never really have since then. There's a wonderful story amongst the circuit principals. I'm not sure if it's true, but I'm going to tell it anyway. One day, the circuit manager asked Mr. Nel to open a principals meeting in prayer. Without flinching, Mr. Nel told the circuit manager that the Lord only heard his prayers if he spoke in Afrikaans. And so the circuit manager agreed, and Mr. Nel prayed in Afrikaans. And I think that's indicative of the will and the presence of a person whose legend has way outlived the man. We still talk about you on these corridors, sir. Dit is wonderlik om 'n ou legende vandag terug te verwelkom. Ek wil ook net graag vir meneer Len Snyders bedank, want hy gaan die gebed vir ons klas van 2023 vandag doen, en hy het al die pad gekom van Pretoria af om dit vir ons te doen. Some staff news and acknowledgements. We welcomed a bevy of young staff members at the start of this year. Mr. Nash Cornelissen, Mrs. Bianca Bester, Mr. Alexander Goliath, and Mrs. Yannicka Damas. Many exciting things happened. Mrs. Mocker became Mrs. Hayes, and then she fell pregnant with twins. Talk about doing it all in 1 year. Mrs. Rachel Boshoff and Mrs. Amber Fellows joined us later in the year. Mr. Duncan Buwalda became a member of the history department at the start of term 2, but he will be leaving us at the end of the year to take up a post at Grace. I wish all of these staff well and thank them for their service to our school. I was very sad to accept the resignation of Mrs. Amisha Ramkalawan late in term 3. And I know Amisha isn't here today, but she's with us in spirit. Family commitments meant that her heart led her back to Kokstad. I thank her for the 4.5 years service to the science department, but more significantly, her contribution to the spiritual life of our school. Mevrou Cecilia de Lange het besluit om aan die einde van die jaar af te tree. I'm personally deeply indebted to Cecilia. Over the last 5 years, she has shared my vision for a more pastoral school. She's also been my quiet space, her wise insights and her gentle manner. She has a very specific passion for helping those with differentiating learning needs, something that's becoming more and more relevant. More than often, she offered me personal counsel. She was the calm in the middle of the often stormy waters, and I've come to appreciate her. I wish her a tranquil and joyous retirement. Every school has that maternal figure, the one everyone goes to share talk, to share baby pics, recipes, life updates, and so forth. Joy Homan is daardie persoon in hierdie hoërskool. For a principal, the relationship with his or her PA is a very different relationship to that with other staff. She lies the closest to the seat of power, must keep a balance between protecting and preparing the principal, use selective judgment, and filter information. Joy, as a novice principal, I wasn't always easy to support, and I thank you for your patience. I'd also like to thank you for the contribution you'd make to the school as a whole, moving in between administrative functions like admissions, taking minutes at meetings, and generally making sure that we are all saved from our bad spelling and grammar. I would now like to give you a personal gift from myself, and I wish you a very happy retirement. Enjoy life at the beach. Ek wil ook my innige dank uitspreek aan my personeel in die algemeen vir hulle ondersteuning hierdie jaar. Maar spesifiek wil ek die bestuur bedank vir die wyse waarop hulle my, die personeel, ons leerlinge en ons gemeenskap ondersteun. Die akademiese komitee onder leiding van mevrou Schroeder doen uitsonderlike werk om ons standaarde hoog te hou. Our young titans on management, Mrs. Linka, mevrou De Waal, meneer Olivier en juffrou Zaiman, hold more than their own against us old lot. Mrs. Groenewald is always the calm at the center of the storm, and then there are the titans, Ms. van der Walt, meneer Pietersche, meneer Van Dam, mevrou Oosthuizen, mevrou Bakker, Mrs. Kay and Mrs. Nixon. Young and old, you as a management inspire me. Keep up the good fight. To our deputy, ons onderhoof, you are a remarkable woman. I realize every day how lucky I am to work with you. The receiving of your honorary scarf on Tuesday was long overdue and a fitting tribute. Jy is nog 'n Voortrekker legende. Before I thank the matrics, I'm going to take a special moment to thank Mr. Van Dam for putting up with you. And I think you should acknowledge that. I'm not going to try and outdo the amazing speech that he gave you at your matric farewell. One of the most beautiful things I've heard in many years. And that was such a special night to share with all of you. Ons het versterkings ingebring aan die begin van die jaar in die vorm van mevrou Oosthuizen en ek wil haar ook net bedank vir die manier waarop sy meneer Van Dam en die graad 12s ondersteun het. Grade 12s, what a burden history placed on you. Little did you think this time last year when Andile and Sibikiwe and the boys were planting the wild olive tree in the quad that you would be the last matric class to wear the Voortrekker badge. As a grade, you have endured much. COVID, a change in grade head. You survived some interesting characters. You drove us mad at times. But you also jumped off 5-meter platforms, went up rhino, ran, swam, played your hearts out, sang, and acted. You learned some tough lessons along the way. It was a small comfort to me to find out yesterday at a principals meeting that statistically, according to the department, you and this year's grade 7s are the 2 years that are the worst affected by the COVID pandemic, both socially and academically. You have overcome these obstacles and can face the future with confidence. Ek weet hoofde mag nou nie favorites hê nie. Maar ek wil toch vanoggend een leerder uitsonder. Melissa Junie. Melissa se uitsonderlike talent op die sportveld is baie indrukwekkend en uiters raar. Maar ons vergeet vinnig hoe sy moes worstel en ek onthou in graad 8 en 9 om haar eie gehoorgestremdheid te oorkom. This must have taken tremendous courage and effort. In a way, her story represents you as a class. I congratulate you all on your tenacity. I wish you well. May history be kind to you. And I'm going to give you this for the last time, and by now you should know it by heart. From Isaiah 41, verse 10 to 13. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you. And always remember to have crazy faith. Ek het lank en hard geworstel oor die wyse waarop ek die groter proses wat vandag om ons afspeel wil aanspreek. My bewuswording van Voortrekker Hoërskool het reeds in die laat 70s begin. Ek was 'n klein chokkertjie toe ons familie Pietermaritzburg toe verhuis het. My oudste sussie was vir 2 jaar 'n leerling by Hoërskool Voortrekker en my boeties het Voortrekker primêr bygewoon, toe dit nog die rooi baksteen gebou daar op die hoek van Ou Bergstraat was. Ek dink dit was wat dit was. Ek onthou nog die mooi swart baadjies met die blou en wit strepe en my boeties se swart pette met die skoolwapen op. As 'n leerling by Vryheid Hoërskool het ons af en toe teen die fories meegeding by ons eeufees atletiekbyeenkoms en met die E.G. Jansen redenaars kompetisie en dies meer. Voortrekker was 'n uitstaande skool. Little did I know that I would play a role in the school's history almost 50 years later. I take the reference in my brief address to you from inspiration from my 2 late parents. Van my pa af, uit Jesaja 43. Maar so sê die Here, jou skepper, o Jakob, en jou formeerder, o Israel, wees nie bevrees nie, want ek het jou verlos. Ek het jou by jou naam geroep, en jy is myne. As jy deur die waters gaan, is ek by jou, en deur die riviere. Hulle sal jou nie oorstroom nie, en as jy deur vuur gaan, sal jy nie skroei nie, en die vlam sal jou nie brand nie. And then, inspired by my late mother from the New Testament, from Luke 24, on the first day of the week in the early morning, the women took the spices they had prepared and went to the tomb. They found the stone rolled away from the tomb, but when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. While they were wondering about this, suddenly 2 men in clothes that gleamed like lightning stood beside them. In their fright, the women bowed down with their faces to the ground. But the men said to them, why do you look for the living amongst the dead? He is not here, he is risen. Remember how he told you when he was with you in Galilee. The 2 main points I'd like to emphasize are the following. In relation to the first reading, all of the events surrounding our school were predestined as part of a plan that has been well known. It is the culmination of events that have played out over decades, the result of social and political changes in our country and in our city. It is not a sudden coup. As Christians, we believe that faith allows us to understand even when we don't, and to embrace even when we are frightened. And in reference to the beautiful reading from Luke, why are we looking for the dead amongst the living? A school is so much more than a name. It is a collection of people, stories, events, rituals, and time. We are performing a significant ritual today, but on Monday, we will return to a school where the same ethos, the same people, and the same histories will still be found. You do not eradicate a history with one change. For us as a community, both past and present, the challenge will be to honor our past while embracing a future. Vandag loop die rivier van hierdie skool se geskiedenis saam in 'n nuwe stroom in. Ons hoop dat hierdie 'n magtige rivier word wat 'n nuwe verhaal op die landskap van ons stad en ons land sal uitbuitel. Ek is innig dankbaar vir al die oudvoorries wat vandag by ons aangesluit het. My uitnodiging aan julle is eenvoudig. Help ons, asseblief, om deur middel van die nalatenskap projek ons geskiedenis te behou. Die projek sal slegs slaag as woorde omskep word in aksie. Ons is bereid om 'n groot deel van die ou gebou te wy aan die permanente uitstal van die heraldiek van ons skool. So sal elke leerder wat by hierdie trappe opstap, elke dag herinner word aan die fondasie waarop hulle skool gebou is. Ek bedank vir mevrou Miri van Straten wat bereid is om hierdie projek te lei. Ek vra dat julle haar ondersteun en sodoende ons skool se ryk erfenis behou. Maar ek vra ook dat julle ons in ons nuwe hoofstuk sal ondersteun. I close this morning with the theme and the biblical reading chosen for the grade 11s for 2024 from Deuteronomy 31 verses 8. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Ek dank julle.
Thank you, Mr. Immelman. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are now at one of the most important parts of this day. Prizes will now be handed over to matriculants who excelled in a specific subject during the year. And I call upon Mr. Nell to come and present it, and Mrs. Westhuizen will assist him. Ladies and gentlemen, mostly we will not be calling out learners in batches because we will be only reading out the winners per subject. Where they are in batches, I will inform you. They will go and stand on the side and we will applaud at the end. Firstly, top achiever in accounting, Ansel de Jager. You may applaud. In Afrikaans, eerste addisionele taal, is die toppresteerder Joanne Machicha. Toppresteerder in Afrikaans huistaal, Ansel de Jager. In business studies, Stokomele no, I'm lying. Siamtanda Dlamini, you are the top student. Stokomele Ngubane, you are the top computer applications technology learner. Top achiever in consumer studies, Ansel de Jager. Toppresteerder in drama, Michaela Vermaak. In electrical technology power system, the top achiever is Chase Smith. Ingenieurs, grafika en ontwerp is die topleerder Nikita Du Plessis. In English First Additional Language, top achiever, Ansel de Jager. In English Home Language, the top achiever, Joanne Machicha. in geography, your top achiever, Anele Makwanazi. In history, your top achiever, Stokomele Ngubane. The top achiever of isiZulu First Additional Language goes to Smamkele Nyati. For life orientation, the top achievement goes to Siamtanda Dlamini. The winner in the life science department, Nosipu Ndawonde. Wiskundige geletterdheid is die topleerder Michaelin Botes. In mathematics, our top mathematician goes to Yara Mabaso. Physical sciences, the top achiever, Joanne Machicha. Apart from our subjects, we still have introduced our special prizes and trophies. In consumer studies, here we have 4 learners. I will call them, they will stand there, and in the end, you applaud. The Master Chef Practical Trophy goes to Apelele Dubizane. Apelele, you just go and stand there by the side when you're finished. Then, Top Chef Award goes to Smamkele Nyati. And then, the 2 most creative chefs in the kitchen this year was Jordan Green and Ukuhle Nonganga. Congratulations to these learners. You may take your seats. The PwC Trophy for the Best Performance in Mathematics and Accounting, Ansel de Jager. Ansel, staan stil. Die Voortrekker Hoërskool trofee vir die beste punte in Afrikaans huistaal vir graad 11 en 12. Ansel die Jager. The JLM Electrical Trophy for Electrical Technology Practical goes to Chase Schmidt. And the Computer Applications Technology Practical Trophy, Stokomele Ngubane. The Immelman Drama Practical Trophy is awarded to the learner who obtained the highest practical mark, Amandla Dladla. The Njabula Khoza Trophy for the grade 12 learner who obtained the highest marks in isiZulu, first additional language and English home language goes to Stokomele Ngubane. For their service to the school, the Headmaster's Award goes to the Head Prefect, Sibusitu Pili and Simanjalo Ndlovu. Personeelse toekenning word jaarliks toegekend aan die onderhoofprefekte, Ansel die Jager en Ukuhle Nonganga. Jan Standard Trophy awarded to the boarding learners for their loyal service in the boarding establishment goes to Odette Beneke and Sibani Mahaye. Snyder's Integrity Trophy. Humble, honest, with a mischievous sense of humor are some of the ways peers have described this young lady. A friend that is always available day and night or at the push of a button. Whenever you need help with academics or just someone to listen to, she jumps in with both feet, immediately making you the center of the world, calming words of wisdom well beyond her age. She epitomizes the essence of integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, Joanne Machicha. The Helena Schroeder Fellowship Trophy is awarded to a learner who displays fellowship, someone who has sound relationships with their peers and with the staff. This is someone who builds bridges. This award is voted for by the matric class and is awarded to Notandu Mbongwe. Now you make me cry, right? The most versatile learner in grade 12. This learner was a member of the athletics team, represented the school at first team 11 in cricket, hockey, indoor hockey, sevens rugby, and soccer. Played provincial action hockey. He also made time to sing in the choir and in the gospel choir. He performed at Mr. and Miss Fourie. He was a prefect and still managed some academics. And I want to call upon Tapelu Manala. We will now hand out academic half colours and colours and honours to qualifying learners for this year and also announce the Dux for 2023. Half colours goes to the following learners. Please take your colours and stand on the side and I will let you applaud at the end. Ashley Leibrand, 70%. Odette Bieneke, 70%. Shivani Naidu, 70%. Sabatle Makeba, 71%. Sibikibi Ndlovu, 71%. Melanie Strydom, 72%. Notanda Mbongwe, 72%. Ukukhle Zibobo, 72%. Lutando Gwala, 72%. Simanjalo Ndlovu, 72%. Apiwe Makaya, 72%. Zetekelu Ndebele, 73%. Michaelen Botes, 73%. Nikita Duplessis, 73%. And Joanne Machicha, 74%. Congratulations to these half-color learners. Academic full colors go to the following learners. Apalele Hlongwane, 75%. Apalele Dubizane, 75%. Spalele Duma, 76%. Congratulations to these learners. I will now call upon the top 5, only 4 first, and they are, it's still academic full colors, to Siantanda Dlamini, who is in 5th place with 76%. In 4th place, Smamkele and Yati with 77%. In third place, Yara Mabasu with 77%. Then, academic honors, and in second place, Stokomele Ngubane with 81%. Thank you to you. You may be seated. Now for our Dux. Our Dux learner gets the Landi Havenga floating trophy and a cash prize of 3,500 Rand. Mr. Havenga has been sponsoring this prize for the last 17 years. The prize is to celebrate the life of his daughter Landi, who was our head girl in 1994. She completed her BCom honours degree at Rao and also did her board exam to become a CA. She tragically lost her life in a car accident. It is with huge compassion that we thank the Havenga family for this trophy as well as the cash prize. We believe that this will encourage the winner to aim high. Ons akademiese leier het die volgende behaal: Afrikaans huistaal 80%, English First Additional Language 86%, wiskunde 80%, lewensoriëntering 87%, rekeningkunde 88%, verbruikerstudies 94%, fisiese wetenskappe 66% met 'n jaargemiddeld van 83%. Anselde Jager. Thank you very much. We will now sit back and share a few moments together with our grade 12s, after which the head prefects will deliver their farewell speeches.
Music really sounds. Yes.
Good morning to Mr. Immerman, management, staff, parents, and my fellow furries. Today, I'm not only here to share the memories I created with my friends who turned into family, but I'm also here to bid farewell. I'm finally saying goodbye to my people. To Mr. Immerman, your continuous support and always wanting to do what's best for the school doesn't go unnoticed. The guidance we receive from you and always having to hear you say, "Cece, are you coming to me with complaints or solutions every Wednesday morning?" will always be appreciated. You always tell us about how you have the best staff, and I won't lie, we sometimes used to question that, but I'm sure everyone would agree with me when I say they really are the best staff. From the cleaners and guards to the management, and always having to hear Malume complain about how I'm always late for school and how I'm always the last one to leave. Thank you. Your hard work doesn't go unnoticed. To the parents of the mischievous delinquents, Mrs. Oosthuizen and Mr. Van Dam, I've never met such patient people in my life. Mrs. Oosthuizen, thank you for adopting us. You really carried us through when we were at our lowest. Mr. Van Dam might say we're the best he's ever had, and he loves us so much, but we all know he can't wait to say goodbye. He has had it with us, and we understand. Living under your guidance was probably the best thing that could have happened to us as a grade. We appreciate you. I'd like to thank my guides, Mrs. Mdunge and Mrs. Prachtin. You molded me into the person I am today. Surely, sorry. Surely listening to me complain all the time wasn't easy, but you took it on with a smile. You were never too busy for me, and that is something I will always remember. To my partner in crime, Simejalo, thank you for being by my side through it all. I wouldn't have chosen to run this race with anyone else but you. You always come up with solutions, and it's crazy how I'd always sit and nod every time you said something. Thank you, Simejalo. To my friends who came into my life, and you made a huge difference, and were definitely my coping mechanism. To the class of 2023, we did it, guys. I know it hasn't been easy. We've built relationships and friendships and lost some, but nothing can compare to the bond we've built over the past 5 years. Sorry. As we go out there to live our own lives, I pray the Lord continues to guide and protect you. I pray He fulfills all your heart's desires, and I hope all your successes are a continuous reminder of where you're coming from. As you're about to write finals, I want to remind you that you're not alone. We have each other. We've been doing this whole exam thing for the past 9 years. The only difference now is that it's called finals, and so let's not be discouraged. Good luck with finals. It really is our time to shine, matrix, and so let's do it like we know best. Going through this journey of life, may we never be discouraged, and whenever in doubt, always remember that you're not alone and that the Lord will never turn his back on you. I would especially like to say thank you to the matrix. Thank you for the best 5 years of my life. Thank you for honoring me. Thank you for honoring me as your head girl, your friend, and also your sister. We've grown so much together, and you hold a special place in my heart. I love you so much and wish you luck for the future. I'm so grateful to my parents, to my dad, Ngiyabonga Ntabend. You've done so much for me, and I'm lost for words. You've done so much for me, and I'm lost for words on how I can even thank you. I swear God had a plan when you took Uma because He knew you'd be a great father to us. I love you so much, Dad, and I thank the Lord every day for you. I knew God had blessed me when I realized I had such amazing parents. Most of you know that I have a guardian angel guiding me every day, and I have to say, my mom has been working extra hard to ensure that her daughter is content with the life she's living. Thank you for all your lessons, Ma. Till this day, I still hear your voice calling me on the other side of the house just so you could reprimand me. I do all this for you, Salugazi Sam. Romans 8 verse 38 says, "We know that all things work for good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose." Let's finish this race, my chicks, and leave a legacy worth talking about. It's time for me to pass on the baton to Lisa, and I trust and believe that she'll be able to run this race. Our blood will always be blue. Thank you.
Greetings to all staff and special guests. Today, as I stand here, I'm filled with nothing but gratitude for all the things I've learned at my time here at Voortrekker. Trying to summarize it all into 5 minutes simply wouldn't do it any justice. 13-year-old me walked into Voortrekker feeling somewhat intimidated with my huge blazer that my parents said I would grow into eventually. And I'm sure everyone that has gone through grade 8 has probably shared the same sentiment of feeling like a small fish in a sea of people. The one memory which is still so vivid in my mind was that I promised myself that when I was in matric, I wanted to be the role model that the younger me needed. As months went by, I slowly started to find my groove and settled into the school which I didn't know would hold such a special place in my heart. Grade 9 came with its own challenges, namely the pandemic, and just as we were adapting to be in high school, we had to adapt yet again to online school. From the masks to the social distancing and to the daily concoctions of garlic and ginger, it's an understatement that the pandemic was taxing for the whole world, and it made me realize that life is unpredictable and simply not linear. Grade 11 was a year where life decided to throw a curveball at me instead of a rugby ball like I was used to. I experienced an injury on the rugby field where I tore all the ligaments in my knee and required urgent correction surgery. My surgeon told me that I couldn't play rugby for at least 9 months, and needless to say, I was devastated. And to those who know me, they know that rugby is important in my life, and it has taught me discipline, consistency, and hard work are the recipe to be successful in anything in life. In retrospective, I'm grateful for the lesson that being injured has taught me. It has taught me to be patient. It has taught me that I need to be patient with things and trust that the Lord is going to bring them to me. To my fellow matrics, how did we get here so fast? How did we go from tiny grade 8s with big bags and blazers to the young ladies and gentlemen that we've grown into? Cece, thank you for always lending me an ear and being a true leader. It has been an honor to lead the school with you. And to the deputies, Anzal, and my best friend Oguhle, you never failed to remind me that a man is nothing without his integrity, and a true leader leads by example. To my friends, as the saying goes, the magic is not in the place, but in the people that surround it. I sure will miss bumbering sessions with the O's. To the class of 2023, I hope you each know the potential that you all possess, and that you are capable to go out into this world and do great things. I pray that you never forget that the Lord says He knows the plans He has for us, plans to bring us prosperity and about the future that we want. And to all my teachers, thank you for being a part of my journey and helping to guide me along the way. Miss Nixon, our prefect head, thank you for your never-ending support and being so gentle with us at all times. We could have never asked for a better prefect head. And I'd like to thank Mr. Immelman, our headmaster, and thank you for being an exceptional example of a leader, and you've taught me that true leadership is more than just dominance and power, but also serving, listening, and practicing what you preach. Thank you for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to lead this wonderful school. So thank you for constantly inspiring us to do better and to become better. And lastly, to my family, Umama Nobab, thank you for everything that you have done for my sisters and I. The Lord truly blessed me with the support that I have. Thank you for always being supportive of my goals. And all I've ever done was all to make you proud. And I love you with all of my heart. Ngiyabonga Kacheni.
Mr. Van Dam, Mr. Immelman, and Mrs. Oosthuizen will now present to you the class of 2023. This is where they get their old boys' scarves, ties and old girls' scarves.
It's fine. The moment of transition. Ladies and gentlemen, dames en heren, it's my great privilege today to introduce to you the class of 2023. Odette Bieneke, Luandile Bengu, Osipayu Bengu. If I read your name, you're welcome to move to the front. Joshua Boertes, Michaelen Boertes, Lebogan Brandt, Okona Tronko, Alexandra Clouston, Nikita Craig, Samantha Daniels, Michael De Bruin, Zander De Bruin, Anzel De Jager, Amanda Gladla, Nolutandu Dlamini, Sinakonke Dlamini, Siamtanda Dlamini, Tandokutle Dlamini, Nikita Duplessis, Owen Dutoy, Apelele Dubezane, Akona Dube, Spelele Duma, Gareth Fleming, Nicole France, Mfundo Gamede, Dylan Gibson, Jordan Green, Lutando Gwala, Danica Hitge, Apelele Hlongwane, Zoe Island, Jason Isaacs, Michaela Jeffrey, Busisiwe Kanyile, Jarsi Knighton, Philisande Kuzwayo, Zander Leroux, Ashley Leibrand, Yada Mabasu, Khabo Madzie, Sibani Mahaye, Wamkilo Majola, Apiwe Makaye, Tapelo Manala, Apiwe Mapumulo, Liam Murray, Charlize Murray, Mamelo Masu, Michaela Masson, Nicole Matia, Joan Machisa, Nomfundo Mazibuko, Apibo Kutle Mbambo, Ndomiso Mbata, Lungisani Mbele, Notando Mbongwe, Zenande Mbulawa, Silomo Mgletse, Wande Mdunge, Kanya Mhlope, Sibatle Makabela, Anela Makwanazi, Wanele Mkwanazi, Awande Ngube, Maritao Mofoking, Lerato Mkonyana, Andile Msomi, Entle Mtetwa, Amukela Mieza, Mpendulo Mieza, Mirel Naidu, Shivani Naidu, Pierre Nudia, Pilani Ndau, Nozipo Ndawande, Zekitelo Ndebele, Sivuyile Ndimande, Sibekiwe Ndlovu, Simanjalo Ndlovu, Annelise Nduku, Andile Ngobo, Spesihle Ngobu, Andile Ngidi, Tando Wetu Ngwenya, Ernest Nkosi, Okuhle Nomganga, Lizeka Ngana, Smakela Nyati, Brianna Peters, Sipusetu Pili, Lunati Posekana, Bandile Ngwabe, Olwetu Radebe, Sapiwe Radebe, Leah Rambaran, Chase Schmidt, Yamela Shange, Funokutle Sibia, Leila Singh, Abongile Sitole, Caleb Solomon, Tadisa Spanera, Melanie Stradom, Deeden van Rooyen, Michaela Vermaak, Spencer Foster, Tyler Wildy, Lamar Williams, Melissa Uni, Amathle Zaka, Okuhle Zibobo, Sibongutandu Sikrubu, Apelele Zulu, For our parents' information, the matric ties were tied together by the cuttings of the matric banner of intent that hung at the back of the hall. So each matric gets to take home with them the piece of their banner for 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2023.
Let us just give them time to sit. I must say, you look very handsome. Yes. still some outside. Meneer Lensnyders, dis 'n voorreg om u na vore te roep om die gebed vir die matrieks te kom doen.
Dis vir my groot voorreg om vir julle gebed te kan doen vandag. My wife and I, we matriculated here just a few years ago, 1975. And we were a school case. And we are now married 43 years already, as is evident by my current hairstyle. But in our blessed careers in life, the school badge, the creed on the school badge stood us in very good stead. Persevere to achieve and overcome. Aanhou wen. Ek het een keer iemand gehoor wat sê, ek is nie slim nie, ek is net so aanhoudend. And this regtig, the take home, aanhou wen. It will make you do things that you didn't think you could ever do. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for keeping us in your loving hand and protecting us all against evil. Thank you for being with us in good and bad times. If we trip and fall, you are below us to catch us. If we feel unsure of the road ahead, you are the guiding light in front of us to lead the way. Here, dankie dat ons kan weet dat u hand van seën en genade altyd bo ons uitgestrek is. Die handpalm waaraan ons name gegraveer is. Dankie dat ons weet dat niks ons ooit uit u hand kan ruk nie en dat niks ons ooit van u liefde kan skei nie. Dear Lord, please be with each matric completing the school journey now, ready to venture into the adult world. May they all experience your being above, below, in front, behind, beside, and especially inside them for the rest of their lives. May they experience your mercy and grace and leave Voortrekker knowing you with their hands held firmly in yours. Vader, ons bid ook vir elke voorie en oud voorie wat vandag saam die einde van die era beleef. Hou asseblief die hand van liefde en bewaring oor ons, gee ons vandag en vorentoe vir ons wysheid en troos. U weet dat dit vir ons almal 'n moeilike en hartseer dag is. Dankie Here dat ons weet dat U altyd met ons is en nooit alleen sal laat nie. Laat die lig wat nooit uitgedoof kan word nie, altyd deur ons skyn. Ek bid dit in die naam van Jesus Christus. Amen. Thank you.
We are now going to stand for the school song, after which you remain seated so that I can explain the arrangements for the closing ceremony. Please stand. please would you be so kind as to ring the bell as you pass it? Then all the matrics, you go out that side, and you know you have to go to the tarmac between the school and the grass. The uitvoeries and the guests of honor, there are seats on the matric grass. You can sit there. You will see there are a couple of reserved seats. The rest you can take. Then all the parents, please, you have to go to the tarred square between just where the steps are at the administration building. You go back through the back doors, you go out that side, walk down the tarmac, and go and stand on the square. Thank you very much. See you there. The rest of the school in the buildings, please, you have to go and take your places.
What's it in? Juffrou, dit hou die mic.
Dit is 100%. Hoekom het ek so baie mics?
Kijk, juffrou. Ek het hom gemute. Juffrou hoef net hierdie knoppie een keer te druk. Net 'n vinnige druk. Kyk.
Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 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 check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check, check. Check. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, check. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check.
Hello, Katerina.
One, two, check, 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 check.
Right, thank you everybody. All right, thank you very much. We'll start now. Voortrekker Hoërskool afsluitingsceremonie. Voortrekker High School. A 96-year-old grandmother who started from humble beginnings on 2 August 1927 in Meyers Walk with 106 primary school learners and 7 high school learners. She soon proved a force to be reckoned with when, already in 1932, new classrooms had to be built. In 1938, she was baptized with the name Voortrekker School, and in 1940 was inducted as a high school. In 1949, she was so popular that she moved into this old building in Court Wallace Road. She was known as a lady, always willing to help, and in 1992 welcomed new family members from Gatmaritz High School. The school burst out of its seams with 6 classes per grade, and her heart was full. In 1996, she gave shelter to Gatmaritz Primary School, and in 1998 to Simbamba Pre-Primary School. Now, her house was full. She had a long relationship with Jan Stander, and when the need for a hostel started early in her formative years. In 1928, a house in Burke Street was used as a boys' hostel. In 1931 already, a bigger building in Bulwer Street was taken into use. And in 1934, a new hostel was taken into use in Meyers Walk. A good friend, Marmion Nienaber, also joined the party in 1934 in the form of a girls' hostel. It was only in 1986 that the two parties could move in together on the same premises of Voortrekker High School. Voortrekker High School has always been a lady with dignity, and therefore we salute her 13 principals who led the school by example and educated the school in Christian values. Her leadership was known to the community of Pietermaritzburg and the greater KZN as disciplined people who gave each learner a fair chance in life. Today I honor all 13 principals of Voortrekker who selflessly served the learners of this proud school. Voortrekker is not just made up out of buildings. Her academic excellence originated in 1945 when she had a 100% pass rate for the first time. She raised whole generations of Fouries, her special children and grandchildren. She has always fought the language battle, and in her formative years she also started as a dual medium school but became a single medium Afrikaans speaking school in the 1940s. Her dwindling numbers started in the late 1980s, after which she amalgamated with Gert Maritz. In 2009, she opened her doors for the first time to English-speaking learners, becoming the only dual medium school in Pietermaritzburg. Her language proficiency was extended even further when the first isiZulu classes started in 2019. Irrespective of language, there are many well-educated blue-blood Fouries walking the streets of South Africa. Wonderful, salt-of-the-earth people standing firm in the education and values supplied by this wonderful lady. She believed that sports form an integral part of the total well-being of a person, and as early as in 1929, the first organized sports in the form of athletics and rugby started. Voortrekker High School proudly presented most sporting codes through the years. She had learners with great success in the swimming pool, on the rugby field, on the hockey field, on the athletics track, in canoeing, angling and pistol shooting, where these learners later in life presented South Africa. Her holistic education included cultural activities, and in 1943 the debate team won the sought-after Joliffe Cup. In 1968 music was introduced as a subject, which led to school choirs, learners taking part in KZN youth choirs, youth orchestras and so forth. She organized variety shows every second year, which lasted a whole week with rehearsals and performances. One of her most famous events was Mr. and Miss Fourie, where she attracted full venues every time. Her ATKV debate teams won many a trophy, and she always boasted with a vibrant land service movement, delivering many a land service springbok. Fun was also part of her social way of being. She organized sport days, overseas tours for her sporting teams, train rides to the beach, Warner Beach especially, on an annual basis. Since 1998, a Wildsfeest was organized on the campus as a fundraising event. Her commitment never wavered, and her job was a true calling and passion. Every teacher who served on her staff was privileged to be part of the guidance of learners. It was so much more than a job. It was a home away from home, where close friendships were formed, where hard work took place, where every person felt appreciated. Vandag wens ek jou baie sterkte in jou aftrede. Neem saam met jou die doringboom, die muurshoop en die kakebeenwa. Dit was lekker om 'n Fourie te is. We salute you, Voortrekker, aanhou wen. We are trying to get the cannon to do 9 shots for every decade. But the cannon, I'm not sure if it wants to work with us. Sal as dit stop? Sal as dit sê nee? We must take the age of the cannon into consideration. It's all right. Matrix, do your thing. Let's leave the cannon now. Thank you, everybody. Right, can I have your attention, please? Can I ask all the matrics? Please, can I have your attention? All the matrics and their parents, you are all invited for refreshments in the Gatmaritz Hall. All the guests and uitvoeries, the library, please. We will see you there. Enjoy your day.